yeah.
If I could go
Why did
now.
Greg leave?
Yeah, let's bring them back. Let's bring them back.
Gail, what's your name and your
He
pronoun?
left. I didn't drop
Well,
him.
you got the name, Gale. He in pronouns, age 24.
Okay. Are you honest about the prompt?
Yeah, I guess my first thing is what's like your basis that people can actually be transgender?
Huh?
Like,
Huh?
well, like what's your like? How can you justify this position of transgenderism? Like I don't agree with it. Just the pure nature of it. I just can't agree with it.
Gail, all you have to do is put on a wig and then call
Bill
yourself
Nye
a
the
woman.
Science Guy.
No,
Who said
like
that?
I want like an actual answer. Like I'm not trying to bullshit here.
Aisha, if that was the case, then that means that anybody can throw on a wig and consider themselves a trans woman. Please don't be up here trying to be dense.
So
Don't
what's
all of you
okay?
guys.
So what's the difference between what Aisha's saying versus what you're saying?
The bitch just sat there and said that you could throw a wig on and be trans.
Well, yeah,
By
but
that
like,
logic,
what makes someone actually trans then?
by that logic, anybody can be trans.
Yeah, but like, what makes someone actually trans versus a pretender and a faker?
Going through the actual.
Well, because Aisha said all you have to do to
Wait
be
a
trans.
minute! Oh my god! Hello, y'all can hear me?
Thank you for the gifts.
Y'all can hear me?
Yes, we can hear you. But like, can I finish my point real
I
quick?
said going through the actual process, consistent and persistent. It's that simple. I don't think that people who are a month in who haven't even touched a fucking moan are trans. So, yeah.
Well, I mean, isn't that some people on your side would say that you're shaming them and
That's not. First of all, no, it's actually not. It's like not at all. I'm so sorry. Hence the reason that's why we have so many ABPs out here and people who can quote unquote be trans one day and go do anything that they want and harm anybody in any type of way. Hence the reason that's why we have people like. Hence the reason that's why we have people like Lily Tino and Mandora, who are walking around here being the face of the trans community when they barely touched the fucking moon and just got plastic surgery on their body.
so I guess it's kind of
Again, being more stricter with, who is and who is not trans and being consistent and persistent and not just saying, oh yeah, I'm trans today too, I can do this, I can do that, Dylan Mulvaney. Yeah, that would help a lot.
Well, I guess my next question is what then qualifies as someone who is trans from your worldview?
She just answered
just
it.
said that.
It's someone
Well, you
who
said going through the
authentically
process,
is
but like
transgender.
Somebody who's going through
Right.
the HRT, somebody who's going through the HRT process, somebody who's
Somebody
living
who's
consistent and persistent, somebody who's,
surgically
if you would let me
transitioned.
finish, wait, no, if you would let me finish, somebody who's living consistent and persistently through their day-to-day life as the gender they identify as. You can't sit here and say, oh yeah, I'm this during the night or I'm this during the day and then take it off and oh, I'm just this now. That's a cross-dresser, a drag queen. It's not a trans person.
Why
So
don't you
then-
guys claim Lily Tino?
What the
Yeah,
hell
but
did this
then
just say?
so then my
What?
next question is like how do you determine like how do you determine this is actually a real thing and not just a disorder? Like that's gonna be my point of contention is just the pure idea of it. I think it's ridiculous.
Whatever, bitch.
Well,
You
yeah,
said what?
somebody.
I think the pure idea is delusion, and I think it's a disorder, a mental disorder.
How is someone transgender
Do all trans
delusional?
people have gender dysphoria? Like what?
Yeah,
That would be
I
the
think gender
disorder you're
dysphoria by
referring to.
very definition is delusional, and I think it's a
Right.
disorder.
Not all
What
trans
age?
people.
What age do you
Right.
think is
Not all
appropriate to
trans
call
people have gender
transgender delusional?
dysphoria.
All
Not all trans
ages.
people have gender dysphoria.
All
ages.
ages. How old are you? How old are you, sir?
24.
You're 24. I'm way older than you. I've
That's
seen
not an
world
argument, though.
before you.
Not all trans people
Before
have
you,
gender
honey.
dysphoria.
Okay, then why are they identifying as trans then? That makes no sense.
And gender and sex incongruity.
Yeah, well, how do you determine that gender is just not an outgrowth from
my-
biological sex? It's a different thing entirely.
Is it fair just to say? I mean, she's 19 years old. Ava's 19. Jules is 19. But I'm a grandma.
19.
So our definitions are not going to click.
Well,
I
that's why
became
I'm
trans-
asking for definitions.
Sweetie, sweetheart, I became trans because I wanted to be pretty and meet rich people and have that lifestyle. And it didn't happen. Some
Wait.
people do it because they were born trans. Some people do it because, and being a woman, it just kind of fit right with me throughout the years.
So you felt like you were born to be a woman?
Huh?
You felt like you were born to be a woman?
No, I said there's some people who are born trans.
Yeah, but you're saying you're not. Excuse me. You're not born trans.
No, I wasn't born trans. I
You
was
are
born
not. Hold on,
pretty.
y'all. I'm logging off the
So
live.
then,
Thanks for
then,
having
then
me. Bye
why
bye.
like half the people,
Bye.
like
Mimi.
majority of people on your side is that you're born trans. That's
I'm
why there's a
fucking with
foundation for
these
trans. It
little
just sounds like you're doing it
snails.
as a almost like a fetish, essentially.
Yeah, like I was a sugar baby, definitely.
So yeah, I
It
mean,
was a fetish for
this kind
me.
of proves my point
But
that
sweetie,
You
after a
can't prove
year
your point
of
if
that
it's one person's
lifestyle,
experience.
living, it was easy to just become a woman. So I did.
no, it just proves my point that there's no actual objective basis of being trans. Just I feel like identify
No,
as it.
there is an objective
Lisa explained
But
it
basis.
yeah,
that
beyond
the
like
consistency in the
oh,
I
that
person.
guy,
okay. So
yeah,
again,
your whole basis is oh, that guy's a faker, so that's trans.
just to break down my idea of transness. If it's not consistent and persistent, it's not what it claims to be. If it's not going through the full processes of being a trans woman and not taking the trans woman title day one of being in their journey or day one of starting their HRT journey, it's not trans. It's not. It's really not that fucking hard. It's not.
So like the individual above here who directly said, no, I don't feel like I should actually transition to the other gender. I just want to live that way because of the fetish.
One person's
That
opinion
person's
is
still
one
part of your
person's opinion.
community, so that's why the definition is important. The threshold is important.
Oh my god.
Or not a monologue.
This is literally somebody who's went through their transition.
Yeah, what Jules said was
Almost
not a
fully.
Yes, but the person directly said they don't feel like they're the other gender. Last I
said
checked,
that?
people
Who the
transition.
hell said
Yes,
that?
you did. You directly said. I asked you if this was. I asked you if this was an actual thing that you were born as. No, I asked you, is this a fetish? You said yes. That's exactly what I mean. Like you sound absolutely
No,
ridiculous.
sweetheart.
Say it was a
Sweetheart, you
fetish.
keep talking. You don't
asked.
let
I
me
literally
finish
fucking
talking.
asked.
I'm not here to fucking read you a bedtime story. I'm here to just let you know some people have different stories. Ava probably was born trans. Jules probably felt trans as a child, and this was the best route for her. Me, it's different. I'm a street girl. Like I grew up just wanting to be around rich money. That's it.
Yeah, you transitioned directly because of
Over
material
time,
benefit, and I asked you if it
sweetheart.
was a fetish, and you
Yeah,
said yes.
honey.
You
Like I said,
did.
I'm older, sweetie. No, I was never
So,
gay.
well,
It
no,
was
you.
just easier to become a woman. There was more money in becoming
Yeah,
a
that's
woman.
exactly my point. There's no actual objective basis besides like, oh, they're actually just going through with it. But I'm asking you, is a gender expression, gender, is it a real thing or not? And at
Oh
least I'm going to
hell
use it as
no.
example. No, it's not because you're only doing it for the money.
Not anymore, sweetie. Like I said, I'm older than you, sweetheart.
That
Like
doesn't
I
that
would
doesn't
say
matter that you're
honestly, wait,
older than
Gail,
me.
can
Make an
I?
actual
I'm
fucking
gonna
it
say
sure
argument.
does,
this.
because
Wait,
I'm still a
can I
trans
say this right
woman.
quick? I'm gonna say it like this.
I'm-
Everybody has different experiences. Gail, if you would want to know her experiences within her life story, you could ask her. And the things that constituted her, into being trans, or the things that made her trans. I don't know how many trans people are on the panel. I know Charlie's trans. I know Jules is trans. I know Leah's. Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm just playing Charlie girl. It's not bad blood, but there's only three trans people on the panel. And everybody's story and everybody's upbringing. Girl, Charlie, I was playing with you. But I'm pretty sure everybody's story is gonna be different.
Yeah.
And the experiences that they went through, and the start of their transition, what made them actually pursue their transition, it's always going to be different. Hers was just different. Not everybody's born trans, and that's like something that a lot of people
Right.
None
fail to
of you guys
but
are
realize.
born trans.
Aisha Erotica, shut the fuck up, you bitch.
well, I mean, ultimately though, like if
Her
not
ass
every
stay in
single
the
trans
fucking
person
bag.
has gender dysphoria, that means they don't actually identify as a opposing gender or another gender. Like that just makes no sense. Like that your claim earlier.
Wait, repeat that. Wait, repeat that one more time. I'm
When
sorry.
you said earlier that not every single trans person has gender dysphoria, that makes no sense. Why would that facilitate a move towards a different gender identity?
I just this is gonna be my third time saying it, and hopefully this is my
Well, because you
last.
keep saying different
This
experiences, but that means nothing.
most trans
It
people.
means
No, that's not no, because even before I talked about an experience, I said this. This is at the beginning of this conversation. Most trans people do not have gender dysphoria, the mental whatever you want to call it. All trans people have a gender and sex incongruity. Some have a gender and sex incongruity with gender dysphoria.
What's the difference between them? Like, what's your definitions?
What do you mean?
Well, you're saying gender incongruity and gender dysphoria are different things. What's the difference?
You find those out going through therapy. It's like, what?
That's so you don't actually know the difference then.
What?
Well, I don't know. You're not providing an answer besides just go through
Because
therapy.
you're not trans. There's no definition. Again, there's no definition for either of these things. When you go to therapy, they're going to tell you.
So there's no objective
Again.
basis then
Girl,
for
I
being
want to ask
trans.
something. So, Gail,
Like,
how many?
what?
What studies have you
This is
done
the
reading
problem
up on
now.
transgender? Because
I
you're
don't have to
trying
do
to
any
tell,
studies. I'm talking to people
sweetheart,
who
you're
apparently
trying to
know.
tell a group
expecting
of
us to
trans
know?
people on a panel you were not born this way. There's no proof. Everyone has their own stories. So, what
Exactly.
reading? What reading has Charlie? I know Charlie's done her reading. What reading have you done to call us nothing?
I don't have to do any reading. I'm just going by your answers, and your answers are
Right.
laughable.
So you are a follower.
I'm a follower. No,
Right.
I'm
So
not
why
a
the fuck
follower.
are, wait a minute.
This
So
is
why
just
the
a
fuck are you
personal
on
attack,
the
anyways.
Dumb,
panel?
foolish, and
This
stupid.
is just a personal attack, anyways. You're not providing an actual argument. So.
Okay, wait a minute. So then why the fuck are you on the panel?
Why am I on the panel? Because I want answers, and you guys are failing to provide any single answers.
I would say
There's
it's
a
not
difference
that.
between
Martine,
what
Charlie.
you attack me when I say hold up. Stop skirting. Calm down.
You hold
Stop
up.
skirting.
No.
Calm down.
You hold
Calm
up.
down.
One motherfucking second. It's never that hard to get your ass up on your motherfucking phone. Take your ass to Google or Safari. We're not walking textbooks for you. We're not walking dictionaries for you. We're not walking textbooks nor dictionaries for you.
Well, I mean, if you're going to use different terminology, if you're going to say that gender incongruity and gender dysphoria are different things, and that most trans people don't have gender dysphoria but gender incongruity, that just begs the question of, okay, what is the difference between gender incongruity and gender dysphoria? What is the difference? What are these different things? And if your whole answer is just, it's just you find it out in therapy, and you can't provide an actual answer, and you're just
Nobody said
ducking
that.
answering the question. Yes, you literally just did. Don't lie to me.
When did I say I was in therapy?
You didn't say that. Lisa did.
Oh,
Yeah.
I did.
Yeah.
I said you find out if you have a gender and sex incongruity or gender dysphoria through therapy.
And what qualifies as the difference?
That's up to you and your fucking therapist. Nobody's the fucking same.
So there's no actual objective answer to that.
You can look up. Hold on, excuse me. You can look up a
Just a bunch of
definition for
fifis.
these things. You can. Right, I'm gonna shove some feces down your throat. You can look up the definition for both of these two different things. Hold on one second. You can look up the definition for both of these two different things, but everybody's experience and what the fuck they've gone through or what the fuck they have is going to vary in therapy between that person and their therapist. Hence the reason as to why I told you you're going to find out in therapy if you have either of these things. It's not that hard.
Gail.
What?
So, sex incongruence is when your gender and your sex doesn't line up, but gender dysphoria is like the unease or the mental distress that comes from it. But not all trans people experience that, which honestly I didn't know because I did experience that. But other trans people don't experience that unease, and also some trans people don't take medical steps to alleviate that unease, even though I did.
So
Does that make sense?
Yeah. Okay. So
Wait a motherfucking minute. Wait a minute. Hold the fuck on. Wait a damn motherfucking second. I'm sorry. I don't want to derail y'all conversation. Let me look at who the fuck up in here right quick. Why she leave? Jamie, if you see her, invite her up.
okay.
If you see her, invite that bitch the fuck up here.
Okay, wait. Let me.
Want that with her.
yeah. So I guess my.
Is he done?
Aisha,
No,
we're not talking to you.
Like Gail
Us and Gail
respond.
were talking.
Yeah. Well, my first question would be
Aisha
like,
Aradaka, we're not talking to you.
Sir, be quiet.
Aisha Aradaka, we're not talking to you.
ma'am.
so like I guess my first question is gonna be.
It's ma'am! It's ma'am!
Okay.
Once again,
Can I actually go?
I'm sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, so I guess my
Nobody's
first question
sexy,
to
yeah.
my first question to Cass is just going to be like, how do you qualify this gender incongruity? Like, what's like essentially like how do you find out one objectively has it versus like one who doesn't?
Yeah, that's a good question. I honestly, I've been asked this a bunch of times. I can't put words to it. It's just something that you know about yourself. Like I knew growing up that I wasn't resonating with my body as a woman, and especially you start to feel it more personally, like when puberty comes around. I just knew it. You can't describe it. I don't know how to put it into words other than I knew for a fact that my mental wasn't aligning with it. I just felt fucking I don't know what the fuck is going on in here right now, but I just felt. What are y'all doing?
I was
Up. Damn.